At Le Pain Quotidien, I think what ensures our success is a maniacal focus on quality, both in the people we hire and train and how we treat our guests, and in the food we serve every day. People have to trust us, and we earn their trust every time they come in our doors. In terms of the calorie postings, the coming salt and fat posting that I'm sure is going to happen, the A, B, and C Department of Health inspections, I don't think any of it is patently wrong or has the wrong intentions. I think the problem is often the execution or the money that's invested behind it is not adequate to do a great job or to do the right job. But I think that those in the restaurant industry that are fighting the concept of more disclosure of what people are eating are fighting the wrong fight. I think the right fight is to figure out how to do it well and communicate to the people in your restaurants adequately and fairly, and that's what I think the restaurant industry should be fighting for. But I think that we're not going to go back to less disclosure and less communication to our guests about what's in the food they're eating or the Department of Health inspections, that kind of stuff. It's going in one direction, which is more disclosure, and I think that's generally good, and that helps companies that have nothing to hide. Well, at Le Pain Quotidien, we have done very well in all of our markets with the Department of Health inspections. We have letter grades in Los Angeles right now, and we get all A's. So we are we're confident that you can come into our kitchens and be comfortable with what you see. In New York, it seems like the Department of Health is creating a different set of standards than they have in Los Angeles. It will be A, B, and C, but they're intending on making it much harder. Our goal is to get all A's, but we're told by the Department of Health that no one's going to get all A's, and there are going to be a lot of B's, and the Department of Health wants to communicate to guests around New York or customers around New York that a B is good. And I think that's problematic. I think the question is it appropriate for the Department of Health to try to communicate the distinction between a C, B, or an A? I think what's important is trust, and if the Department of Health thinks a B is good, they should call it an A, and they're telling us that a B is good. Now, in terms of posting it in the window, I have no problem with that. We do that in LA. We do it in other markets around the world. I'm not against that, and in fact, it'll probably separate us from some of our competitors. But I think that it's hard to communicate to customers that there are varying levels of trust. It's either you're acceptable or you're not, and I think that's going to be complicated.